Hey everyone, Ben from Living Survival. Happy hump day, happy Wednesday. I hope you're making it through your week okay. Looking forward to the weekend, as I know I am. Another rainy day out in Michigan. I headed out to film, but of course the rain started to come down, so we are in the mobile office. I'm shooting a quick video for you today, taking a look at a neck knife that I've been using lately, one that I really like. We'll look at some reasons why I like and why I don't like a neck knife. So let's get into the video. Let's take a look at the tops. ALRT XL. So neck knives are one of those things that you either like or you don't like. I know that I have a few pros and cons for them, such as a few pros is that obviously it's readily available. You can just pull it out of your shirt or wherever you have it concealed, or if you're carrying it on the outside, it's a knife that's right there ready to pull out. I know that I'll often use mine when I'm fishing, for example, because I'm in a seated position, so it's a little bit harder to get to a pocket knife or a multi-tool unless I have maybe my tackle box right in front of me. But a neck knife works great. You can just pull it off, cut things like rope, fishing line, and other things that you may need a knife for. Another pro would be that you can conceal it. You can hide it down in your shirt, and you really can't see it at all. So if you're wearing dress pants, or you're wearing shorts, or maybe you just don't have decent enough pockets to carry a knife down in your pocket or clip it to your pocket, a neck knife is a great alternative for that because it really doesn't show at all. So maybe you want to have a little bit more protection at work, or you want to have a little bit more utility options wherever you are, and you don't have a way to carry it down on around your belt or in your pocket. A neck knife works great for that, and it can be concealed. Maybe you have a particular job where you use a knife all day long. Maybe you have to cut cordage, maybe you have to tear down boxes or open boxes. A neck knife is a really handy item to have, again, because you can just have ready to use access just by taking it out of the sheath. Another reason you may want to have a neck knife is that it comes usually with a lanyard, so you can hang it around things. You could hang it around the steering column in your car, for example, and have that last resort option right there in front of you. After all, they do call it the ALRT, or the Anywhere Last Resort tool. So it's sort of made as just a backup to what you already carry, or again, in one of those applications where a neck knife would work best. A few cons for me are obviously you're limited by the size. I don't want anything heavy around my neck. I hate having big bulky things around my neck. So I want something that's very lightweight, meaning that you generally will have to have a smaller knife, smaller sheath, smaller package all around. So, that's going to limit you on the blade length. So being limited by blade size and overall package, you're also limited by weight. So you can't carry a very heavy neck knife. I know that I hate to have very heavy things around my neck, as I said. So, the larger the knife, I have several different neck knives. Some are very minimal, like this one, and some are very heavy, and I often don't wear the heavier ones. They give me a headache, and again, I just don't like having things around my neck. Finally, you have the argument of, what if someone comes up behind you and just pulls at the paracord? It's not going to come off unless you have a quick detach. As Chris Tanner said in his latest video about the drama and the whole focus on survival because of what's on TV, and just this fantasy perception that people have that you're going to have to run to the woods and you're going to have all this gear. Same with what's the likelihood of someone ripping your paracord lanyard off your neck, or for you stumbling and falling and getting it hung up on something that it's going to choke you. As he stated in that video, you're much more likely to get hit by a car or in a car accident than having your neck knife strangle you to death. So for me, it's not a big deal. It's large enough to where if it did start to pull, I could get out of it, or I could just grab it. But that's never happened to me, and honestly, I doubt it would ever happen. So having something like a paracord lanyard around it doesn't bother me, but that's something to consider. So the ALRT XL comes with a decent sheath. It's basically like a molded sheath. I was going to get a Kydex sheath for it. I kind of just really didn't like it at first. It comes with a clip up here, and then comes with a one of those beaded lanyards or beaded necklaces. So I took that off, took that whole clip off, and I just put some black paracord on it, tied a little black paracord onto the end here, sort of just to make it my own. But what I didn't like was the retention. Obviously it's a neck knife, and so you're going to want really good retention, but it was just overkill. On the inside of the sheath here, and I doubt you're going to be able to see that, is two sort of mounds in there, and those mounds clip onto the holes when you stick the knife in the sheath. So it goes in there and it clicks. This knife just had way too much retention. Those little mounds in there were just way too high, and so it was just way too hard to pull the knife out easily. Again, you want to have decent retention, but you know, it was to the point where it was hurting my neck to pull the knife out. So what I did was I just took the knife and I just scraped down those mounds a little bit in there, and now it's still, as you can see there, has nice click retention, but it's still fairly easy to pull out, especially when it's around my neck. I can just give it a tug and it comes right out. So something else to consider if you do get this knife, you may want to shave those down, and I'm sure they'll wear down over time as well. Looking closer at the knife here, you can see it's full tang. It's got a very nice blade up front, this pretty unique hole here that's got some jimping up top, jimping back here, and then jimping on the bottom of the full tang there, and then it's got these handles with liners here. It's just a sharp looking knife, a very unique looking little knife. I thought it was pretty cool, and it's very functional as well, is another thing that I really like about it. It's got the black traction coating on it, but you can see there ALRT XL, very, very nice. But what I like is that you have several different ways to hold this knife. Not only can you hold it in sort of just a traditional, you know, knife handle hold there, you can put your finger up here and that makes slicing really easy. Maybe you're skinning a fish or something like that. You know, you can do really fine work with the tip there. You can also use your thumb up there if you needed a little bit you know, extra horsepower there. Maybe you're cutting through something, you know, that's pretty tough there. The blade is up front here, so it's fairly safe overall. And again, you can even hold it, you know, reverse grip, and your hand stays away from the blade because it's got this stop point here, which is another thing that I find is really cool. So no matter how you're holding this knife, it's very comfortable. You can also maybe put your finger through there, which I don't often do, but it is there. You can kind of pinch your two fingers here and use it that way. So for an everyday carry setting for me, for this knife, I generally will use my finger up top, cutting down boxes or opening boxes. If I need a little extra leverage, I can use my thumb. In a wood setting, I've used this to get, you know, really fine control over wood. You can do notches really easily with it. It just has a lot of control no matter how you hold the knife. And then again, it's not that heavy. Overall, it's 5.37 inches overall. It's 1095 RC with that, again, with that black traction coating, and it only weighs 3.5 ounces. So it's fairly, you know, fairly minimal in weight, but really robust in power. So overall, you're just getting a really robust, really durable, and really functional knife. I didn't know how functional it was going to be when I saw it. I thought it was really unique, and I love taking a look at really unique things. And you know, I find it really, really functional, again, as an everyday carry knife, or in a, you know, job setting, or, you know, again, I'm going to use it when I go fishing. It'd probably make a decent little hunting knife to have around your neck. And again, you know, just functional all the way around with all those different handholds and the different design elements that the knife has. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, taking a look at the Tops ALRT. As you can see, it's a very durable, a very useful knife, in my opinion. I want to know your opinion. Let me know what you think of neck knives. Do you like them? Do you not like them? What are the reasons? What are the pros? What are the cons? Let me know in that comment section below. I'm also going to put a link below in the description to where you guys can find out more information, as well as pick one of these Tops XLs up for yourself. Like I said, it's a very unique, a cool and functional knife that I enjoy using. As always, if you haven't done so already, please click that thumbs up button for me. Share this video to any friends and family who might be interested, and as always, click that red subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel for more videos.